Alright folks, welcome back to Silent Storm. As always, I'm Falcon, your host. And this is actually the second time I've attempted to record this particular video. The first time, turns out the game is actually bugged, the Steam version at least. They were missing some of the necessary files. They're just not on that version of the game. They did not put them in the download. This is the developer's fault, not Steam's fault. They just fucked up, basically. And what ultimately basically it ended up doing is it caused the boss to not spawn, which is a real pain in the ass. I actually tried to play through this level essentially twice and couldn't do it because the boss wasn't spawning. It's been fixed though now.
All systems go. 5 minutes until launch. Commencing countdown.
You're too late. The launch is already in progress.
We'll see about that.
Indeed we shall.
You are a deluded fool.
4 minutes until launch. Initiate platform cooling systems.
Oh, good. Okay, in addition to fixing the game, the little community patch, unofficial patch that I downloaded also improved the graphics. Though it did kind of make it a little bit darker, which I have mixed feelings about, but, I don't really know what I could do, if anything, to fix that. Doesn't really look like there's probably anything I can do to fix it, really. So we're just gonna have to go with it. I apologize if it's a little bit darker and hard for you people to see on YouTube. Sadly, this
What are they?
doesn't appear to be anything I can actually do about it.
Christmas! They got me.
Oh, good for you. You actually managed to hit something. I'm impressed.
Seguro.
No, really, impressed. Unfortunately for you, you're about to die. Yeah. You see the graphics of the lasers firing, the lighting. It's pretty. Wasn't pretty before. Now it is. They made it pretty, which is cool. I'm happy about it. Oops. I always do that.
Grand.
Okay, run please. Alright. So, now that this is fixed, this mission will probably still take a little while, but I can actually play it now, unlike last time, when I tried to record this and couldn't actually go anywhere, because the boss wouldn't refuse to spawn. Simply wouldn't. It was impossible to make the boss spawn. There was nothing I could do to make it spawn. It was really annoying. Very, very, quite annoying, I must say. Now, however, it will work correctly. So, we need to be careful. The boss spawns about the time when we run Elf down, about the time she'll get about right here, which is another complete, basically, circle from where she is now, is when the boss spawns. And she has something along the lines of, I had to play this briefly to make sure that the patch worked. It wouldn't, like, you know, cause the game not to start, or make sure it actually spawned the boss correctly now. So I've went down until the boss spawned, basically. It was like, okay, it works, so I quit at that point. But since it now works, we can actually play this and get this over with. This is going to be the final episode of the game. I may or may not do the expansion pack. I'm thinking about it. But I don't know. I think I probably will, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Okay, this is a really bad place for me to shoot at you. You are not somebody I want to shoot at. Oop, stop moving, damn it. Oh well. I do also have to be careful about another thing while playing this, and that is you have to be very careful that your units, mostly your guys really, although I suppose the AI, and in particular the boss, may have a chance of doing this, but you have to be very careful that you don't blow a hole in the ground that your people cannot get past, because then you'll be stuck and you'll have to restart. Having said that, I'm actually going to go ahead and save, just in case something terrible like that ends up occurring. Hopefully it won't, but you never know. And I would really rather not have to play through this yet again because of something like that. But the last time I was attempting to play through here, that happened. It didn't make as much of a difference because... There we go. Take you out with her so that you're not a threat. And the boss spawns, and she's flying, as you saw in the intro little cutscene there where she was talking to us. And she basically just flies around in circles here, and you have to wail on her until you damage her suit enough that she retreats. And then your main character has to go in and fight her alone by himself.
Understood.
Outside of his suit. You can't take the Panzer flying in with you. Because of this, you will note I have another one of these. Yes, Elf still is using one. I have 2 of them now. You also will note some of the graphics of things have changed slightly as part of the little update thing that I did. But yes, I have 2 of those. Before starting this, I off-camera I was actually looking for the other secret little weapon that you can get, which is basically like a super sniper rifle. Was primarily looking for that, but the random encounter in Switzerland that can spawn that lets you acquire that weapon showed up a second time for me, and I went in and hoping actually that it was the other one, but as it turned out it was the experimental laser thing there, and I picked it up again. I snuck Elf in past all the Panzerkleins or whatever that were defending it, and had her retrieve the other one. So we now have 2 of them. One, of course, that she's using, and the other one that Nikolai is holding in his inventory so that when he has to get out and fight the boss, he has it available to him.
Understood.
Because it is, one of the best weapons. Unquestionably, one of the best weapons in the game. Realistically, it's probably the best weapon, really, because the,
I will do it.
Well, the other special weapon, the sniper rifle, can be useful. It's probably not as good, really. It's not bad, but it's probably not realistically as good as the sniper rifle is. Okay, I'm going to position all my people around so that they are well prepared.
Gotcha. Loud and clear.
When the fight starts. I want them spread out some in positions where they can hopefully be able to hit the boss more or less wherever she might be. At least one of them can. So that we don't get into any sort of like real serious trouble. Okay, I'm not gonna have you stand in front of that door. These doors are all along our spawn points. And like a Panzerklein just walked out of this one. You may say, it's just a Panzerklein, ain't that important. You might be right, but at the same time you might be wrong. And I frankly would rather not have Elf standing around when this thing shows up and starts being able to shoot her. I could shoot at it. I might shoot at it. See, I want it to come out of that door. There we go. Now that it's come out, we're going to have the others shoot at it first. Because I would prefer... Actually, you know what? That might actually not be safe. Because they might blow out the ground. Elf probably won't. Oh, I hope it can't shoot at her, though. Okay, you killed it. Good. The only problem with it being there is that it's now actually going to block the others from being able to come down here. Crap, let's see. Yeah, let's do that. I will have you run and get in this. You'll drop this thing when you do, but that's okay. And then I just need you to move it out of the way. There we go. There we go. And your silenced gun. Retrieve that. Voila. Problem solved. But it blocks the way. These walkways here are very bad for Panzer lines. You really can't get around very easily. For obvious reasons. Oh, hi. Oh, hi there. Ooh, ooh, you didn't shoot. Good. Means I can just massacre you then. Goodbye. That's actually really good for you to be there too, because that'll block anybody else who spawns here. They won't be able to come out that door. They'll be permanently stuck on the other side. Which is awesome for me. Okay, we should have everybody reload, because we need to make sure that we have sufficient ammo for when the boss spawns. I don't want anybody to not be at full ammo. I'm gonna wait one more turn. Switch back to Elf. Let's save the game one more time in case something horrifying happens. And then we're gonna run her to right about there. And that should spawn the boss. There she is.
It is nothing.
Where are you? What was your pain in the ass? Where'd you go? Oh, you spawned a little lower down than I thought you would be. That's alright. That's okay. Fire at will.
Excellent.
Yeah, but you'll see she has 1,500 hit points. Shit. Yeah, you'll see we just blew up a, I think it was just a fence. Yeah, it was just a fence, so it's not bad. But the we damaged the walkway though, and that's the problem, because if we damage it too much, our people are going to be trapped and will not be able to. Why can you not see her? That's very strange. I don't know why you can't shoot at her. So you probably can't shoot through the damn missile. Curious that she revealed Elf, yet didn't actually try to fight her. Didn't actually try to attack her or anything. Probably get you down though, because you're the one person who's weakest of everybody.
I have been practicing.
Ow! Oh, she's targeting Nikolai too. That's not good.
I have been practicing.
Yeah, you see, she packs a hell of a lot of firepower.
La munición, la munición.
It's about time. Ain't gonna happen.
Oh shit. Oh, see, I just blew up an entire, I think I just blew out a whole walkway. Which is bad. I probably need to not be shooting at her anymore with this particular unit. It's probably not safe. It's also not actually going to damage the mech suit, come to think of it, so this guy's probably not a very good person to be shooting at her with.
Consider it done.
He simply isn't going to hurt her like I need to hurt her. We also can't have him die, because that would be very bad. Very bad for obvious reasons. Fortunately, I don't know that I can get you where I need you to be. Shoot at this bitch. Okay, elf. Move it.
Right then.
Yeah, I'll probably have Nikolai actually jump out of the mech, come to think of it, because right now he's not... Damn it, man. You do some serious damage. I've got to, crap, I need Bala. Don't want Ramos to die, but I don't know that I have a choice. I don't know that he's actually going to be able to hurt this guy.
It's about time.
Yeah, you're just hitting the suit, and that's not going to do anything. I need you to hit the pilot. Damaging the pilot is the only thing that will really help you here. Help us here. Okay, I want you out of the suit. Go ahead and use this instead, because this will actually hurt the pilot. Can't hurt her from where you are right now with the weapon that you're using.
I will do it.
Yeah, you can't hurt her with the weapon that you're presently using, so I need you to... Alright, we might lose Ramos, which is gonna suck, but
be done.
Unfortunately, there may not be a whole hell of a lot that I can do about it. It's Nikolai who we can't afford to lose at all. Nikolai has to survive. So if he doesn't, then we're completely screwed.
Took a lashing, they dead.
Yeah, move behind that. It'll provide at least some cover.
I am lucky. It is not serious.
Ooh, man. Oh, God.
Necesito. Doctor. Ahora.
Oop. Oh, is she retreating now? I think she's retreating now.
2 minutes, 30 seconds until launch. Emergency personnel assume positions in Zone 4.
If I'm going to stop the launch, I need to get below.
Yeah, and you're gonna go in by yourself, or without the me being able to heal you, aren't you?
2 minutes, 15 seconds until...
The lift is almost too small for a person in the buff, never mind one wearing a PK suit. We'll have to shed our armor and go down one at a time.
2 minutes until...
I'll go first. Defend our position until the lift returns. Then follow me down.
100 seconds. All stations stand by.
And in he goes. By himself. And he will not have... Yeah, see, you can hear LA and, what's his face? We're still bleeding up there. Now, see, she has an energy cannon.
I saved this for you.
I think you missed.
You and I, woman or not, I will do what needs to be done.
I am ready.
Good, because I have been ready for a long time.
Okay, now, despite clearly showing her right there, she actually doesn't show up there. This also explains why the lift won't help us any, because it's just been destroyed. Yeah, see, she spawned somewhere other than where it basically said she was. Okay, let's move you there. Yeah, there's not really cover in this. Forgot about that.
Something is wrong. I await revised orders.
Okay, get down. And unfortunately, you're not the best shot in the universe. She only has about 500 health or something, though, from my understanding.
I do not pick up quickly.
Shit.
The impact was major. Progress. You got it. Progress.
That's right. Waste your bullets trying to shoot me from somewhere you can't hit me. And you're dead! And we've won!
Lost in hell, princess. Now, to put an end to your legacy, surely you have the key to put a stop to your own madness.
Oh, she has a katana. Interesting.
Luckily, it just grazed me.
Come on, dude. Run.
You got it.
Is this what we do? We open this? Okay. And I think that's it. I think that ends the... that ends the whole thing, because I think he just goes up here, shuts it off, and then that's it. Wow, that ringing is really loud. It was not the enemy you expected to find or the war you had been trained to fight, yet that is no longer a concern. Thor's hammer, under the command of Helena Hellstein, has been defeated. The mission you were originally assigned has been completed successfully. The terrorist plan to take advantage of the inherent weakness of a world at war has been terminated. Privileged knowledge of Dr. Steinberg's research into the Ray weapon, based on an ancient manuscript discovered in Tibet, and the Russian scientist Dr. Lebedev's advancement in armored combat suits, later named Panzerkleins, fueled Hellstein's grandiose ambitions and gave rise to Operation Silent Storm. All the organization lacked was the rocket propulsion technology to get their deadly payload into orbit. Since acquiring it would allow them to compromise the security of any nation in the world, Thor's hammer was prepared to go to any length to do so. This included kidnappings, assassinations, infiltrating the German and British military establishments, and exchanging their Panzerklein technology for German rocket research. Hidden in the fog of war, Oberst Helmut Kolsch and Major Alfred Neuhaus were perfectly positioned to carry out the organization's plan. However, the aggressive abduction of scientific personnel drew the attention of Special Operations, SE2, and unfortunately for Thor's hammer, an extremely capable squad leader was given the assignment to investigate. Congratulations, you have shown the professionalism of a dedicated soldier and have persevered with honor. Persevered? They misspelled that. It's supposed to be P-E-R. Whatever. Your determined efforts uncovered the terrorist agenda, and your bravery ensured that they failed.
So there I was, on a god-forsaken island, above a sense of time and place, in the eye of a passing storm. Few in the world will ever know what wave of terror awaited them, but with the right kind of eyes, you can still see the high water mark, where the wave finally broke and rolled back.
They blamed it on a volcano. I guess that's a fair enough explanation if they blew up the whole facility in particular. Well, folks, this has been Silent Storm, and it's been a pretty good game. I can't lie about that. It's definitely been good. I feel like, well, admittedly, I suppose I could have gone more overboard than I ever did. I feel like they needed like a rocket launcher or something. Well, I mean, I guess there was some rocket launchers, but they didn't seem to be very good from the little bit that I used them. They needed like something with a more heavy-duty rocket to be able to cause more destruction to buildings and stuff, just to make it more fun. Like, you could have just gone like crazy and just like blowing up whole buildings like in a couple of places. I remember there was a few levels that we kinda did blow up a whole building, but it wasn't very many, and I feel like they could have done more with their destruction, basically, is what I'm saying. The destructible terrain and stuff, they could have done a little bit more with it. But that's really probably my only real complaint. Panzer Klein thing, I know a lot of people have very mixed feelings about that. I mean, they're cool, but a lot of people say that the game would have been better without them. To a degree, I do agree. Once they started throwing in, you know, the laser cannons and the Panzer Kleins and all this stuff, it really changed the game. Especially when your enemy didn't have really weapons to really fight your Panzer Kleins, so you basically just walked all over them. But having said that, it's definitely a good game, and I like the Panzer Klein thing. I think they maybe could have done it a little differently, or they needed to give the enemy a greater ability to threaten them, because they were maybe a little too OP. Because I mean, once you had them, I mean, the enemy couldn't hurt you 90% of the time, and when they did hurt you at all, it was usually very, very little. So yeah. But besides that, I don't think there was anything I could really complain about in the game. It was good. It was definitely good. Well, folks, like I said, I may do the expansion. I may not. I have a bunch of games I really want to play. If I do the expansion for this, it probably won't be right away. I haven't yet decided for sure what I'm going to play, or what I'm going to replace this with. I'm not... After July, I'm not really sure what my recording schedule is going to be like. I don't know how many games I want to have going at once, nor what specific games I want to do. There will, of course, be Wolfenstein, or, not Wolfenstein. There will, of course, be, Witcher 3. There will, of course, be... I will, of course, be finishing all the games I'm presently playing, you know, Wasteland 2, which... as of you seeing this, may or may not be finished, because this is going to be coming out relatively close to the end of the month, and Wasteland 2 is going to be an every other day thing this month, so I don't know how far I'll get through that. That may get finished in July. It may already be finished by the time this comes out. I have not yet started recording any episodes of that for July yet, so I don't know how far I'll get. But I know I'm pretty close to the end of the game, so... but if it's not finished, that will continue until it is, of course. GTA, same thing. You know, it may get finished, it may not. Even once I am finished with the single player, I'm probably going to do at least some multiplayer with it. But I don't know how much, so I don't know where exactly it may or may not fit in the schedule. Witcher 3, of course, is going to be a long thing. That's not going to be finished anytime soon. Same with Pillars of Eternity. I believe there's probably quite a bit left of that game from where I'm at right now, so I'm not too worried about that one. The shooter series will continue. I do still have I do still have Wolfenstein Old Blood and Shadow Warrior to finish. They're not done yet from what I have done for July. So that will continue into August, or at least until those two games are finished. And after that, I may not do multiple shooter games at once. I'll probably only do one at a time, so that I can try and get through them a little bit faster. Endless Legend, of course, is going to continue until I finish my present playthrough of it. And with the Roving Clans. And then I may or may not do another playthrough of it. If I don't, I probably will do another strategy game of some sort to replace that. And if I decide to continue to have the same number of games that I'm doing right now, I will probably replace this with Xenonauts. So that may be starting up soon if I decide to replace it with that. I may not, though. I don't know. I want to record Xenonauts at some point, but I don't know. I don't at this time know how many games I want to have going at once. Because it's taking a long time to play through things with the number that I'm playing right now. So I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might even cut it down to just 4 games plus Witcher, and then do, you know, the 4 games in 2 sets, like every other day. I'm not really sure. We will see. But, irregardless, this has been a great game, though. I'm glad it's over. I probably will do the expansion for this, but it will most likely be a while before I do it. I'll probably play something else. Like, if I do Xenonauts, I'll probably... Once I get through Xenonauts, I'll probably do the expansion for this after that. Because I'm a little burned out with Silent Storm right now, so... You know, if I wait a little while, I'll be able to get back into it more easily. Anyway, thank you for watching, folks. I have been, of course, Falcon, your host. This has been Silent Storm. Oh, it actually looks like the credit's about to end, so I'm not ending my commentary short of the credits. Oh. And I will see you folks later. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.